Hello everyone, welcome to our video about tech support scams. All of our information today comes from two sources, the FTC and the FBI. I'll have a link below in the description for you to visit these source websites and learn more for yourself if you want to. Okay, so our scam scenarios today go something like this. A scammer reaches out to a target, aka a person, via phone call, email, or text. The scammer then poses as a tech support or customer support representative, often from a reputable and well-known tech company, such as Microsoft or Apple. They are expecting victims to open an email, a text, or even allow a pop-up once they've seen that it comes from a supposedly familiar brand name. Basically, they're relying upon brand familiarity to lower the victim's guard. Or if they're calling a victim by phone, the scammers will claim that there's an urgent problem with the victim's computer and they're going to need personal information or money to fix it. I'm going to give you some further details about how this scam works, and then I'm going to share some tips to recognize and protect yourself against this type of scam. I've got some good proactive information for you today after we go through the basic scam scenario. So let's get started. The fraudsters have a variety of stories they use to manipulate victims. That the victim has a compromised email or bank account, they may have a computer virus or a software license renewal. Once victims are convinced that their accounts have been compromised and their monetary funds are at risk of being stolen, hackers then work to gain control over the victim's computers and financial accounts. Of course, randomly receiving a call or an email with this kind of information is alarming, especially when the scammers have done a good job of making the situation seem legitimate. Knowing that scammers are using this tactic means you can prepare yourself ahead of time. You can have a plan in place. You can bookmark this video to watch again in the future, or you can write down the tips I'm going to give you somewhere. What to remember if you ever find yourself facing this type of situation. Scammers are trying to manipulate and induce fear and a sense of urgency in their victims so that the victim's reasoning abilities become suppressed by panic. It's a lucrative tactic and it often works. Victims are directed to wire or transfer their funds out of brokerage or bank accounts to cryptocurrency exchanges, or to transfer the contents of their crypto wallet to another wallet in order to safeguard the contents. Scammers create fictitious support sites in order to trick crypto owners into divulging login information or surrendering control of their crypto accounts. Scammers also ask victims to install free remote desktop software on their computers, supposedly to scan and find the virus or the compromised banking information, etc. But really, it's to allow the scammers to monitor, manipulate, and perform actions within the victim's computers, such as opening virtual currency accounts, thereby allowing the scammers to liquidate the victim's genuine bank accounts. Okay, so now you've got the basic lowdown on how the scam works. The FBI's website gives lots of specific victim scenarios, the stories the scammers gave victims, and how the scam actually played out. I definitely recommend checking that out if you want more concrete examples. But just remember, scammers are constantly coming up with new scenarios to trick people. So be prepared for something similar, but not exactly the same as what other victims have mentioned. Now I'm going to share some tips from both the FBI and the FTC on what you can do to protect yourself. There are a lot of them. I think they're all excellent. It is a lot of information. Here we go. First tip, very important. Don't panic. This one is huge. I know it's hard, but don't fall for the scammer's manipulation of you. Resist the pressure to act quickly. Take some deep breaths and try to remain calm. Tip number 2. Legitimate customer security or tech support companies will not initiate unsolicited contact with individuals. So if they're calling you out of the blue, especially if they then ask you to pay immediately or request payment via cash, gift cards, wire transfers, or cryptocurrency, they're a scammer. Oh, sorry, maybe I wasn't holding it high enough. So they're not going to initiate unsolicited contact with you. Okay, if they do, they're probably a scammer. Number 3, you can always hang up and call your bank directly using a number you trust and know is real, and ask them if they see any fraudulent activity on your account. Number 4, don't click on any links in an unexpected message or email, and never call the phone numbers left in voicemails, emails, texts, or social media messages. Don't click on any links, guys. Just try not to do it. Number 5, don't ever give your personal or financial information out in response to an unexpected request. Legitimate organizations will not call or message you asking for your social security number, credit card account, bank account number, or your password. Number 6, make sure that your computer's antivirus, security, and malware protection is up to date and settings are enabled to reduce pop-ups. Okay, you want to reduce pop-ups. Have that turned on. And number 7, we're moving through them here. Be cautious of customer support numbers obtained via online searching. Phone numbers that are listed in sponsored results section are potentially boosted, aka paid for. So those sponsored ads that you see at the beginning, at the top of a Google search, anytime it says sponsored, that means somebody's paid for that to be there. Why are they paying for that to be there? It's something worth thinking about. Okay, so be cautious of customer support numbers obtained via online searching. Number 8, if a pop-up or error message appears with a phone number, don't call the number. Legitimate error and warning messages never include phone numbers. Number 9, don't give unknown, unverified persons remote access to your devices or accounts, even if they sound professional. If they're reaching out to you, if they call you, and then they want remote access to your device, do not do it. Do not let them do that. Okay, number 10, do not download or visit a website that an unknown person sends you to. It's kind of like don't click on a link, right? Don't download anything or visit a website, click on a link that an unknown person sends you to. Number 11, you can't trust caller ID readings anymore. These can be faked. Let unknown numbers go to voicemail and do not call unknown numbers back. Okay, if somebody leaves you a voicemail, it's a friend, if they really need to talk to you, they'll leave a voicemail or they can send you a text message. Let unknown numbers go to voicemail. And number 12, last but not least, never trust any company, tech or otherwise, that is requesting your personal or financial information. Like I said, this information is here to help you. I'm not trying to scare you. It's meant to build awareness and prepare you in case you ever find yourself in this situation. Write these tips down or bookmark the video so that you can come back and review the information whenever you need to. The FBI also provides tips on what to do if you are a victim of this type of customer support scam. Click on the FBI.gov link in the description to learn more. Okay, thanks for watching.